I'm gonna hit record. All right. Are we recording? Looks like it's recording, right?
This meeting is being recorded.
Okay, perfect. Okay. So Brandon, before we talk any further, a little bit about, what we do, I want to show you a little bit about like a peek behind the curtains in terms of how our business works and how we get compensated and so forth. Is that cool?
Yes.
So basically, if you want to boil it down to simplicity, right? Like us, I'm an agent, right? And what we do essentially is we're going to sit down with our clients. And typically, when we sit down with our clients, we're going to talk about a couple things, right? We'll talk about proper protection, right? Making sure that they have proper protection for themselves and their family. We talk about long-term savings and retirement, right? College funds if they have children, especially, right? And then lastly, putting things in place so that in the event an emergency happens for them and their family, they're going to be prepared, right? And typically, when we sit down with our clients, we're going to sit down with them for anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour. Okay. Now, what I love about what we do is when we sit down and help our clients, they actually don't pay us. We give them the information for free. But when we align a solution to help them with these four things, we basically work with 85 or so of the most successful and best rated companies out there. Okay. And what's nice is that when we pair them up with the clients with a solution, they actually pay us like a finder's fee. Are you with me so far?
Yes.
So what's cool is that on average, let's say a typical American household is putting roughly around $500 a month away to save for these four things. Would you agree? Right? So if you're sitting there currently at work and you're putting that maybe like in your 401k, for example, right? If you knew that you could find something that's better to place that $500, you would definitely look into it, right? But
Right.
if it's not, then truly we'll just let them keep it there where it's at, right? But let's just say on average, the average person's, saying like, hey, if someone's asking you, like a coworker's like, hey, I was like, I want to start saving for my future, my retirement, my savings, and all and so forth, and I'm trying to put like at least $500 a month away, right? Well, if you had that type of referral to us, we can help them with that, right? But typically, if you were to help them find a solution to place that $500 into say one of these 85 or so companies, for every dollar that they save in there, they'll actually pay out commission anywhere from $5 to $10. Okay. So what that means is that a $500 a month plan would basically pay out anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000, right? And then here's the thing. Again, if one of your coworkers asks, right, normally under normal circumstances, you probably wouldn't really have anybody to refer them to, but now you have myself, right? So if you referred, let's say, a guy named Rolando, right, to me, right, and Rolando was super happy with my services, I was able to help him with a plan, and basically he was helped, and he says nothing but great things about me, and obviously I would get compensated. And really, there hasn't been any way in the past to help compensate you for that referral, right? So
Right.
what we do too is we help you split that, right? So if you gave me that referral, this commission would be split down the middle. Are you with me so far?
Right.
So the other thing that we do, right, is we deal with what's called rollovers, right? So if raise your hand if you know anybody that's recently left the job, maybe got laid off, or perhaps even retired, and they had a 401k with another company, right? And now that they're no longer employed there, they have that money that's just sitting there, right? If you know any one of those people, typically the average rollover size right now is, call it $250,000. Okay. And this is talking more like a mid-career rollover, right? If you're talking more end of career rollover, like someone in their late 50s or 60s, they're probably going to have closer to $1 million if they've been saving in there for, 30, 40 years or so, right? But just on average, just say this is a mid-career rollover. They had about $250,000 in there. Again, you don't want to leave that with your old company. That's like leaving your stuff with your ex girlfriend, right? So what we do is we help them move it to one of the accounts that are with these 85 or so companies. That gives them more control, right? They can have a little bit more control and more stability from market volatility and all that stuff. But when we do that, when we help them move that money over to one of these 85 companies, for every dollar that they roll over, these companies will pay anywhere from 2 to 4%, right? So
Okay.
again, $250,000 at 2% is 5,000, 4% is 10,000. And same rule applies, like I mentioned earlier. If you refer that person to us, we would split that commission with you. Are you with me so far? Now, this is exactly why we talk about the huge opportunity with our company, is because right now there's $78 trillion of wealth that needs to be transferred from baby boomers' hands to the next generation, right? Every single day for the next 15 years, 10,000 baby boomers will be turning 65. So as they retire, they're going to need access to their 401k money or retirement accounts, right? And they can't afford to let it sit in the market that's basically at risk with all the volatility. Are you with me?
Right.
So that's why we talk about this, okay? And that's why so when people are interested in this opportunity, I want to at least show them exactly how we get compensated roughly, right? But I will tell you, there are actually 6 requirements to get started with our company, and I'm going to go over them with you because I can't guarantee that this might be a fit for you or not. Okay, but basically, any questions so far?
No.
No. Okay,
No.
cool.
No,
So
no.
the 6 requirements are from to basically be a fit for our company. The first 2 are from the company itself, and then the other 4 are actually from me and my team, Brandon, because I feel like the other 4 requirements are a little bit tougher to meet just because we have a high standard, right? But the first 2, first from the company, and then from the team, right? The number 1 requirement is it's a $125 one-time associate membership agreement. And what that will go towards is to pay for a very light background check to make sure you don't have any felonies, misdemeanors, any kind of bankruptcies. If you have one of those on your record it's an automatic disqualification. You're not going to be able to come up on board with that firm. So if that's anything like that on your record, you can let me know now and we could just continue or discontinue the conversation, right? So if you have any kind of skeletons in your backyard or anything like that, or dead bodies and stuff, just let me know now. All right.
Right. Right.
Okay. So again, and that'll also give you a code number with our company so that you get access to our world-class training and online resources, right? And again, that's a one-time fee. The other one is your license, right? A license is just a tool to get paid, right? You'd agree, right? If you were feeling sick, Brandon, if you went to a doctor and you found out that doctor wasn't medically licensed, you wouldn't want to get treated by that doctor, right? We're going to teach you how to go out there and teach others how to help them understand the game of money, right? So we want to make sure you're properly equipped with the proper license, okay? And that's going to be your license. Now, the other 4, like I said, are for me and the team, okay? And the third requirement is, 1, we got to start with integrity. I don't care if you have $125 and you could pass a background check and you can get your license. If you don't have integrity, it's a non-starter, right? There's enough bad apples in this world where we want to make sure that, we want to make sure that when we sit down with our clients, we want to treat them as if they were our own parents, right? Assuming you love them, right? So, and the second thing is we want people who are a little sick and tired of being sick and tired. Like, that, something bigger and better is out there for you. You just haven't really given yourself a chance to actually explore it, right? Like if you do everything that you've done over the last 5 years for the next 5 years, where would that take you? Right? They always say the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results, right?
Right.
Exactly. So we just got to make sure people are a little sick and tired and sick and tired. Again, that doesn't mean you have to hate what you do. It just means that you have to understand that you want a different outcome than what could possibly be happening, right? Again, the third thing is we want someone who's ready for change. Again, you got to change what you do to change what you get, right? And lastly, we're looking for somebody who's just in search of a better life. Whether it be you contribute more, you make more, you feel more fulfilled, right? I feel like those people who want to contribute more and be more fulfilled, those are the people that we want in our team, because that means that you're here to serve others, right? And also serve your family and so forth, right? So again, Brandon, just to go over all these 6 requirements, do you feel like you have all 6 of these requirements today?
Yes.
Great. So here's another concept. It's another bonus requirement that we have, is this thing called will versus skill, right? Skill, you can learn, you can pick up a book, Brandon, and learn the skill. Anybody can do that, right? But it's your will is what's going to determine your overcoming any kind of obstacles, right? Like I love that movie Rocky because he's not the best skilled boxer in the world, but he gets knocked down 99 times. The thing that matters is he gets up 100, right? And it's my belief that if you have enough will, you can easily acquire the skill to succeed here. Make sense?
Definitely.
So just based on that, look, if I gave you the green light to come on board with the firm today, we work as a team, right? What and in any kind of team, you could be an asset or a liability and so forth, and everyone has their strengths, their weaknesses. What would you bring to the team?
What would I bring out of these 16?
Like if I gave you the green light to come on board with the firm,
Right.
like what would you contribute to the team?
Oh, okay. That's where I would say basically like my will to I'm relentless. I'm, one of those people that don't give up. So I can definitely bring that to the team. I think I can also bring, and then he lists out what he brings to the team, and then you continue.
Great. Yeah, I mean, like I said, being a team player is definitely something we always can use more of, right?
Right.
Now, here's the thing, Brandon. When we have three ways of training, okay? One-on-one, kind of like this, right? We sit down in a Zoom meeting, kind of go over, hash things out. Maybe you have a question about a particular policy or product or solution, or maybe
Mhm.
something with our system, right? We can go train on that. We also have classroom training. Classroom training is we have those twice a week. In the beginning, you're going to have a series of 5 courses that teaches you more about compensation, the system, certain products and solutions, right? All these things. The first 5 are definitely mandatory to your success, not mandatory, but mandatory to your success. And you can certainly attend more and more of them until you get more comfortable with them, right?
Right.
Um, and those are Mondays at 6 p.m. and they only last for about an hour, so 6 to 7. And we typically like to do this flexible, so after hours. So if you guys are, working a full-time job or something like that, that gives you the ability to at least take care of that, right? The other day we do it is Wednesdays, also at 6 p.m. And that goes on till about 7:30, 7:45. And that gets those are all special trainings for agents only, right? So we have those classroom trainings every week, twice a week. Okay. And then the best way we like to train is the field, right? Like I don't know if you agree with me or not, but if you were to learn how to swim, right, would you rather learn it from a textbook or just jumping in the pool?
Right.
It's the same thing here, right? The best way is to get you out in the field, meet with real people, real potential clients. That way you can learn exactly how what we do is how it matters and so forth, right? The other thing is we're going to make you 3 promises, Brandon. The first promise is we're going to help you build a business. If you're going to do this, we're going to help you build a business, right? Get you paid, right? Money talks, BS walks. At the end of the day, you're going to do this. This is not a nonprofit organization. We definitely want to help you get paid right away. And then lastly, my job is to identify what's next for you and get you to that next level. Okay. So with that being said, if I gave you the green light today, Brandon, is there any reason why you wouldn't give this thing a shot?
No.
No. Look, just based on the conversations that we've had earlier and then also today, I feel like you'd be a tremendous asset as well to to our team and in this business. And I don't see why I wouldn't give you a shot either. The only thing now, what we need to do is basically apply for that background check, the membership agreement. Would you like to put that on a Visa or a MasterCard?
Right.
Right. So then what we do is we'll apply and see if you're approved. And once we do that, we'll go ahead and get you set up for our next meetings where we can talk more about getting you licensed, scheduling you on there, and then also getting you prepared for the classes, for the trainings. But other than that, like I said, if everything checks out, so let's say we ran it right now, Brandon, and it says congratulations. Well, look, I'm excited for you, Brandon. Welcome aboard to the team. We're really fired up to have you. Can't wait to see what kind of assets you bring to the table and then see your growth. Okay. So that's it. So then we schedule the next meeting. Or we'll sign you up for license or the study materials, the 52 hours and stuff. Okay. And then we'll do what's called a fast start. And then we'll do that a little bit later. But I'll stop this for now. Okay.
Okay. But yeah, I remember a lot of that. That's okay.